Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the... What is this? Is this the seventh episode of Clone Wars Quickie?
I must say, we started out hot with a great episode, and then this series has got progressively worse.
Fair.
Maybe not the TV show itself, but definitely us talking.
And speaking on that, you guys might notice a little bit of a change in scenery. We are both coming to you from our own separate houses because it is illegal to go outdoors.
So here I am at my desk, throwing up a peace sign.
Here I am at my desk, throwing up a peace sign as well. But that being said, if you notice any lapse of quality, it is because of one very, very important factor. We figured, we were living together. We didn't need separate microphones. So we have one.
It is not with me.
It is not with Jacob. He is being recorded over the Discord, and it's not going to be the best quality, but it's what we got to deal with right now. It's what we're working with, and we're just going to have to get past it.
I have one thing to say. You mentioned a very important thing. That is the Discord. Not just Discord, the Discord.
Oh?
We now officially have our own Thoughts from the Round Table Discord. We're obviously going to be linking it below. It's a must check out if you like emojis of our faces, talking to us, memes. Those are the pretty much three things that we offer there.
Yeah, it's an exciting little place. We got hangout rooms, we got chat rooms, we got all kinds of different rooms. You want more rooms? Let us know, we'll get more rooms. It's easy, okay? Also, we might be doing a couple, maybe, videos from there. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to be doing? So you probably want to join. That's all I'm saying.
I would join if I were you.
I would be already there by now. I would have already clicked off this video and be joining our Discord.
So without further ado, guys, please join us at the round table.
So let me just start this one off with saying this arc is just getting, like Jacob said, progressively worse.
Yeah, I think this arc had just a little bit of action. Just so little to keep us interested and say, hey, make sure you tune in next week, just in case something important happens. That's what this episode did. It gave us one little snippet that said, hey, who knows what'll happen next?
It's too little, too late, in my book. To be honest with you, the action was so uncompelling in this episode. It was so boring to watch. And
I agree.
And that's weird to say from a Clone Wars perspective, because Clone Wars has really riveting action a lot of the time. Look, honestly, look what the arc before this, and you'll get an example of great Clone Wars action. This is not it. I'm just gonna be honest.
I agree 100%. I really was only invested in this episode for two reasons. I'm going to talk about the first one that I was invested, and that was only because the conversation that the sisters had about the Jedi, I just thought it was cool. They were talking about, one can only assume, Luminara and Barriss.
Yeah.
And, obviously they're both really connected into why Ahsoka left the Order. I think that was kind of a neat little meme to throw in. The only thing that would really kind of piss me off about that is if that's the end of it. You think it'll come up again?
No, I don't think it'll come up again. Well, I think they're going to mention it, because here's my prediction, right? I think Ahsoka in this next episode is going to reveal that she's a Jedi, or that she has been a Jedi. She will ignite lightsabers. I do think that's a guarantee. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, maybe not all Jedi are evil. And Ahsoka's going to be like, well, I kind of left the Order. I'm not really a Jedi anymore, because they're very flawed. And they're going to be like, right on. But I don't think they're gonna mention like Luminara again. I think that was kind of a one-off.
I mean, yeah, that would kind of suck. I just thought like it was neat. Oh, haha! Nice little neat thing there. That's why Ahsoka left too. Da da da. Da. That's why I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I thought that like calling it back to like why Ahsoka left the temple, but also I don't know. That is such a tired plot point, and like I get that the galaxy distrusts the Jedi. I mean, obviously, that's the whole point of like Star Wars almost. For like the first like bit of that, like the whole point of the Clone Wars is to paint the Jedi as evil, right? So that no one cares when they're mass executed. But I don't know. I've heard the whole thing where it's like, oh, a Jedi didn't specifically save my parents, so I don't really like the Jedi anymore. I feel like that's such a overused plot point.
yeah.
It almost like loses its effect on me.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, especially since the Jedi don't really have an emotional attachment to their own parents, so their main goal isn't to save your parents either.
And I
I
mean,
mean, if we just look at it that way, like they don't even know their own parents. They don't really have an attachment to parents.
yeah, but also, I mean, like the Jedi's just doing their job.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like that's the same as like I mean, people die. I mean, things happen when emergencies happen like that, and it sucks. Yeah, and would it cause you to distrust the Jedi? Probably, but I don't know. It just kind of loses its weight. It doesn't feel like a very weighty confession that was dropped. It feels like, oh, okay, whatever. But maybe that's just
yeah.
me.
No, I think I agree with you there. And then my other point that kept it interesting, the Death Watch were in it. That it's a call forward to the next arc. That's the only reason I think. Unless
Yeah,
they really show up in this last episode.
I don't know really. I mean, I guess I haven't seen the last episode of this arc, so I can't really say. But it doesn't feel like they were needed. It felt like they were kind of just thrown in, and they were
Yeah,
actually added post. Like, they were not in the original story reel.
yeah. So that like kind of proves the only thing that would have been interesting with that is if they at the end of the next episode they would have saved Ahsoka and almost like recruited her. If that makes sense.
I think
And
like that would actually be really cool.
that's how they get. That's how Ahsoka gets to Mandalore. I think that would be honestly like the best case scenario with this arc, because then the arc means something, and it's not just a way to introduce Ahsoka back into Star Wars.
Yeah. I hope it does. I hope it does because honestly, Ahsoka's one of those characters that she doesn't really need to be reintroduced to Star Wars. You know, everyone knows who she is. Everyone loves her. And so to
Yeah,
put her like in
I
a
agree.
pointless art like this, really it just makes me so irritated because for how short this series is, right? And there were so many great arcs that they could have chose, so many great unfinished arcs, and to know that we got this, which even if the last episode is a straight banger, I still don't think it's worth it because it's 3 episodes of mediocre at best.
Yeah, I would be curious just if I was a person at Disney, just to see like the numbers from how many people streamed the first arc to this arc. It's got to go down, right? Like
I think it has
we
to.
all we all loved the Bad Batch, and then to go from this, like, people are definitely losing interest, especially if these last 2 episodes don't really mean anything. Like this last episode, I guess, if it doesn't really have anything into the next arc, I think if you were doing a Clone Wars rewatch after everything's done, I think you can just totally skip that arc.
I agree. I agree. I hope it does. I hope the last episode's a banger, so it at least is something. You know, at least there's a point to sitting through all the annoying monotony of the first 2 episodes or the first 3. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
call me crazy. I'm losing faith in it. I'm losing faith in this arc, not the Clone Wars. Don't get that misconstrued. But
yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100% there. I'm definitely losing faith in this arc. I think this arc, after the first episode, I was hesitant to say I was confident in what it could be. And now I am confidently saying I don't know if this arc is good.
I think it might be bad.
Yeah, this is an arc. We talked about this, I think it was last episode. This arc is the equivalent of the Jar Jar Mace Windu arc in the sixth season. Like, you have just great episodes, and then, oh, here's some filler. We don't know what to put here.
Yeah, I think the filler hurts more because it was so unnecessary to put filler in this season. You know what I mean?
I agree. They could have put. I feel like there are still a lot of episodes.
Have you seen the unfinished Utapau arc?
No, but I did read something about it the other day.
It's probably one of the best arcs in the entire show. That's really why I struggle to see why this was put in instead of that, because it shows Anakin, Obi-Wan, and most importantly Grievous at their best. Like, at the best of their entire show. It shows Anakin in his full Revenge of the Sith attitude. Like, completely Revenge of the Sith Anakin, completely Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. Like, it's such a perfect transition. And even Grievous. They even updated Grievous's design to look more like it did in 3. And he's just brutal and murderous and an actual threat, which is something like Grievous has never been in the show. As cool as he's been in certain situations, he got taken down by Gungans. I mean, he's not really the biggest, like, big bad where you're like, oh, Grievous is here, they're probably gonna lose. But in that arc, he literally was terrifying, and it was amazing, and I'm so sad that we're not gonna see that finished and we're seeing this instead.
Yeah, now that you say that, I wish we would have had that arc, because I feel like this is kind of off topic to Clone Wars, but Grievous seems, he's more used in the Clone Wars where he's like a respectable character, but he kind of falls short in almost every time he is on. Because even in episode 3, like, I don't know, he kind of just there. He gets his droids to try and kill the Jedi, and then he dies.
Yeah. I wish he had some more. I wish he had some real, like, development. But it's not looking like we're going to get really any of Grievous in the show from now on. I think it's pretty fair to say that he's kind of gone.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Which definitely kind of is a disappointing thing. It disappoints me that they chose to make the season 7 so short, because I feel like there's so much more to tell. I'm glad we're getting anything at all. But it makes me sad that it's being kind of cut short.
Yeah, I wish they would have just even if they would have thrown one more arc. I think if we looked at this like 16 episodes, if they just would have thrown one more arc in there, and we got the Utapau arc that you were talking about, and we still got the Ahsoka one, and they just put it before, the Mandalore arc, I think I would have been less mad.
I think I would have as well.
But, the fact that we get 3 arcs and you chose this as one of them,
just
I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. I think, honestly, with that, there's not really a lot to talk about this episode.
Yeah. I think, there's really so little to say because so little happened. It's kind of a miracle we've got this far.
Yeah.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, those of you who are watching it. If you are, leave it down below in the comments, or if you're on an app, keep downloading, because that lets us know that you're enjoying the content.
Yeah, it really helps us out, just to see how many people are watching. And, if you're downloading more Clone Wars, we know, hey, some people like it. Let's keep putting it out. Also, while you're caring about us by downloading our podcasts, go ahead and check out our social media, our Twitter and our Instagram.
They're kind of bops.
They've got some funny videos, some nice memes on them.
Yeah. But with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I hope.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.